You have probably heard of Dolly the sheep. She was the first mammal to be cloned, and it happened a long time ago in 1996. Since then, the menagerie of cloned animals has only grown, and the science has come a long way. So much so that people are cloning their dead pets, especially in China. This country has more pets than young children, and now people are trying to bring their dead furry companions back to life. This may sound like science fiction, but pet cloning is a $4 billion market around the world now. And what's behind it? How are people cloning their pets, and does it even work? Here's a report.
This is Joker, a Doberman, a loyal and brave companion to a woman in China. But the dog died in 2022 from a heart attack, causing the owner so much more pain than she could have imagined. So the woman turned to science, and she cloned her dog. For $22,000, she replicated her dog. This scenario sounds straight out of science fiction. After all, woman or dog death is inevitable. But in today's day and age, it doesn't have to be forever. And this is not an isolated case. A growing number of pet owners in China are cloning their pets. And here's how it works. People take a skin sample from their pet, insert its DNA into a donor egg, then implant this embryo into a surrogate mother, and soon, the cloned pet, an identical twin of the original pet, is born. This may sound absurd, but for the owners it is a way to overcome grief, to continue their bond with furry companions on their own terms. And for the service providers, it is a way to earn the big bucks, because cloning a pet doesn't come cheap. Cloning a cat costs up to $40,000, and cloning a dog, $50,000. But despite the high costs, people are willing to pay the price to bring their pets kind of back to life. And this is fueled by advancing biotechnology and a booming pet market. You see, China's fertility rate is falling. Now, China has more pets than young children. And its pet supplies market is growing by 7.5% annually. No wonder then that people are going to all kinds of lengths to clone their dead animals. And this isn't just happening in China. The global pet industry stands at $320 billion. It is expected to swell to almost $500 billion by 2030. People are buying more pets. Pet healthcare is improving. There are more variants of pet food than ever before. There is even luxury clothing for pets. And people are willing to splurge. After all, according to a new study, having a cat or a dog can boost your well-being, as much as being married or meeting friends regularly. So when a pet dies, the pain pet owners can feel is very real, which is why the global pet cloning market is worth more than $4 billion, and it is expected to grow. But experts are concerned. A large number of clones are born unfit, so the process is unfair to the newly born animals, and to the surrogate mothers as well, who undergo unnecessary suffering for this unnatural process. There are also logistical mishaps. For instance, cloning companies sometimes produce an entire litter of cloned puppies instead of a single one. Plus, cloning may preserve the unique traits of a pet that make them irreplaceable, like their physical appearance or their temperament. But critics question whether cloned pets truly have the same personality as their predecessors. After all, pets are uniquely shaped by their experience. And cloning cannot replicate that. Because just as identical twins have very different personalities, cloned pets can be different too. But despite the pitfalls, a lot of pet owners remain undeterred. So people may go through the 5 stages of grief after their pet dies. But for some, there is always a 6th stage: cloning.
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
No, I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Bluntly, Iran, maybe Russia too.
Alternative
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.